Hey guys, welcome back to another video today. Thanks for tuning in. Today I'm going to show you a few things I used to play with as a kid. Now I'd like to say that none of this is sponsored. These are all just opinions and I'm not being paid for this video because if I was, I wouldn't be broke. Starting off, we have a Game Boy Advance. Beautiful, yes, I know. Now, this is of course before iPads and iPhones and all that kind of stuff, because this was created in 2002. Make you feel young or old yet? Now, you might ask, does it actually work? Yes, it does. Now, I took very good care of all of my electronics as a kid. These things were like gold to me. Now, you will see that there are a few little chips coming out of it, but with wear and tear and age as a child, I'm no longer a child, so it's a little old, okay? But it still works and it's still in great condition. One of my favorite games on the Game Boy Advance was Silver, because this was just so fun. And Nemo. They were a lot of fun to play. Now you're probably thinking, well, those are two very different sizes. This was the cartridge for the original Game Boy. Now, my older sisters all had Game Boys, so that's how I got passed down this nice one right here. And it will always be my favorite and it still works. Moving on to one that is slightly newer, we've got a DS Lite. Now you're probably like, oh, why don't you have like the regular one? Well, I got a DS Lite because that's what I got. It's beautiful. And I used to put stickers on literally everything. Now, you can compare the two. One is a brick, and one, it's not that thick. Like, the thickness has definitely gone down, but one is a brick and one is not. Now you're probably thinking, hey, does it work? Yes, it does. Like I said, I took very good care of all my electronics as a kid because it was a prized possession of mine, and I just can't get over it that they still work. And that I have all the chargers because obviously I pulled these out of the closet and was just like, hey, I have to show you. I do play them every so often, so I need the chargers because they're important. This one, unfortunately, I did lose the styluses for. I literally had probably, I must say 10 styluses for this DS Lite because between me and my brother, we were both clumsy and forgetful. So surprisingly, this one made it out a lot better and is in really good condition as well. Not as much wear and tear, but that's also because this isn't the first one that I had. There was an incident. I make it sound so serious. I mean, it kind of was. One of my brother's friends, dear old friend who I will not name. Now, we were all at our babysitting place because we were being babysat. And I was playing my DS, and it was a DS, not a DS Lite. And so I'm sitting there playing, and my brother pokes his friend, and he's like, hey, you should try and get her DS. Hey, try and get her DS. So he tries to go for the DS and I like try pulling away, and instead of, like just stopping, he grabs the DS and throws it because I wouldn't give it to him. And that's when it went right in half. So his lovely mother ended up buying me a new one. It was a sad day. I think I cried for probably a good hour and a half. My mom was also a little upset. Just a little bit. It was not good. It was not good. I believe I used to have a white one. Yeah. And then I got the nice pink. It's a rose gold. It's wonderful. Now, I have a top 3 for these games. Of course, we have Mario Party. Now, these are the game cartridges that go right in the back of this thing. So you'd have it flipped backwards, and then you'd always have to blow it out, and then make sure that you nicely top off that game cartridge. And then you would pop her in and play. Then, of course, we had Scribblenauts. This was just a fun game where you could draw stuff and, like, make stuff and, like, explore. It was a little bit of an adventure game. I don't know, I really liked it. And you have the classic Super Mario Bros. Don't ask what happened because I literally don't know what happened to the actual tag. Then I tried it out and figured it out that it was Super Mario Bros. Moving on to not the least but the last of the handhelds. Now this of course is one of the newer models. This is a 3DS. It is absolutely gorgeous, has cameras, very high tech for the times. Now this one I did end up keeping the stylus and it was safe because I was a little older, but this is my favorite thing. I don't know why. My 3DS is wonderful and it's a little more updated. You've got like actual home buttons, you've got select, home, and start, you've got your keypad, you've got a joystick, and then you also have the 3D option up here where you can turn on and turn off. I never turned it on. It would give me headaches. But besides the point. Does it still work? I always love turning them on because you could always hear like that startup noise, and it's just like, I started up the Game Boy the other day and I cried. Like, not gonna lie, I actually cried. Of course, these games were a lot more expensive and the 3DS was also a lot more expensive, but I also helped pay for it. Top games. We had Nintendogs because Nintendogs is just so fun. You get to pet your dogs, you get to wash your dogs, you get to pick a dog, you get to go to the park, you get to throw frisbees. Yeah, it's just a fun game. And then of course, Mario Kart 7 because Mario Kart is just Mario Kart, you know. Anyways, thank you guys for tuning into today's video. I know it wasn't much, but I just wanted to show you these 3 gems that of course I love to death, and it's literally my childhood. I didn't grow up on an iPad, I grew up on a Game Boy. But yeah, don't forget to subscribe, and thanks for tuning in. Of course, as always, stay safe.